Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Niche Fighter Monday. I hope y'all are doing well. Yo, we are chilling in the digital basement, friends. Hope everyone's good. Yo, Justin Trudeau just resigned and, well, I mean, has announced that he will be resigning as leader of the federal Liberal Party. Am I in focus? I'm in focus. And man, I mean, 9 years of any government is probably long enough. Though, not happy about the alternatives which are about to be coming in. Frickin' Poilievre deciding to chum it up with Jordan Peterson. Ugh. What a way to kick off 2025, friends. Yo, KO, what is going on? Toast, Mohost, welcome everyone. I mean, yeah, I gotta say, the US two-term presidency thing, I don't always agree with it, but like, when you look at some of the reigns of federal parties that we've had, even provincial parties, it's not cool. The Handmaid's Tale AMV, those are in the works. Those are definitely in the works. We got the Canadian content farms just churning something out now. Ooh, is it? Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna check my bit rate, just to make sure that nothing is getting too funky. Let me try to do that. I'm gonna bring down. I had the bitrate cranked up because I was playing some shmups, and yo, the onslaught of bullets when you're playing shoot 'em up games really crunches up everything else on screen because of low bit rates. So I had it up close to the limit there, but hopefully this is good. I don't think we're dropping frames anymore. But please let me know, and I will try to smooth out the experience for y'all. But yo, everyone, I hope y'all are doing well, man. It's Niche Fighter Monday. We're hanging out. We're gonna talk a little bit about Combo Breaker today. We're gonna talk a little bit about we're gonna prognosticate a bit. We're gonna speculate about fighting game trends going into 2025. I think we are. Like, if we look back at and we've been doing this a lot over the last year here in the basement, right? We've been looking at the history of fighting games, the context for which these games were launched in and were released in, right? Like, everything is informed by the context of the times and the area and the things surrounding its release, right? The fighting game Dark Ages, very much a product of and a context, a result of the context of the decline of arcades, right? You look at the I don't know if you want to call it the Renaissance or the age of, I like it, there's Noah Sasso from Iron Galaxy calls it the age of approachability. So starting in 2009 with Street Fighter 4 into, 2018, 2019, right? It was about a decade of the approachable movement, the move to have a more inclusive, right? Easy to play, difficult to master was kind of the tagline, right? That was all the context of moving to consoles, moving online. So what has the context been in 2019, 2020, and moving forward, and what does that look like for the games that we're going to be seeing soon? So I'm excited to talk a little bit about that with y'all. Yo, Joe P. Yo, yeah, Combo Breaker, man. But let's start off there. Yeah, Hotel Lottery is the biggest challenge of being a traveling fighting game player. So let's kick that off, man. So it was, January 3rd, Combo Breaker 2025 was announced. Schaumburg, Illinois, the 23rd to the 25th of May 2025. Man, Combo Breaker is one of the biggest fighting game events of the year. Definitely for the major kind of franchises, but also for a lot of the side games, the niche and indie fighters, right? And yeah, so January 3rd, they announced Combo Breaker 2025, and I decided after last year's Combo Breaker, seeing the, all the Fraud Crew folk go out for Street Fighter the movie, right? Like, there was Bloody Roar was out there last year. There was a ton of really cool stuff, right? And I'm like, damn, missing out. So I was like, gonna do it this year. So I pulled the trigger. I'm going to Combo Breaker 2025, and I'm super stoked for it. And so let's talk a little bit about the indie stuff. I'd love to hear from Joe P. Like, what was your experience? I mean, I've heard you talk about your experience, but like, right, like, what was it like for you? Like, one of the things that got me excited for going to Combo Breaker was seeing the reaction from some folks in the indie scenes who were like, yes, this feels right. This feels like a proper celebration. So yeah, I mean, like, I'd be curious to hear your take on it, but I'm excited for what Rick Tejado and the folks over at Combo Breaker are planning, right? Yeah, Galloping Ghost. And see, this is the thing. Chicagoland is an amazing spot for fighting games as well, right? It has Galloping Ghost Arcade, which has some arcade games which you will only find there. It's apparently a lovely, lovely arcade to be at. So, right, I'm stoked to go there. I was in Chicago for Frosty, but it was in the middle of January. I did not make it out to Galloping Ghost. But it's also like Chicagoland is the home of the Modern Mystery Game Tournament, right? Starting with Midwest Championships. Guardian MC did an amazing Medium article about kind of the history of, at least starting an article series about the history of mystery game tournaments in the fighting game community, and kind of how that developed, right? And yeah, the folks Frosty Faustings and Combo Breaker, Midwest Championship, UFGT, right? All of these events have embraced some level of the mystery tournament scene, which is itself super appealing, right? Yo, Titanium, absolutely, man. Stoked to be able to try out your game, FiGHtem, Project FiGHtem. It was amazing as you folks at the Frog Crew, because it was basically just a big meeting of everyone that year. It literally felt like a nice family gathering. That's amazing, right? And this is, I mean, I've said it about like Fantasy Strike at Frosty Fausting, where Frosty Fausting's really made a home for the Fantasy Strike community in physical space, right? It was a largely online community, and that was the spot that the folks got together, right? And I met some amazing people from the Fantasy Strike community there, and I've only seen them there because that's the family reunion spot, right? So, okay, that's super encouraging, right? But there's a lot worth checking out, right? Between Galloping Ghost and, you know, all of the different events, indie events, the all in together community tournament series from Combo Breaker is phenomenal. Yeah, right. So yeah, yeah, fair enough. For you guys, it's not usually your big meeting spot, right? I guess MagFest is probably it for some of those folks, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, but thanks to Street Fighter the movie, you had a huge reason to finally all make it out there, right? And you got to get a bit of the everything else. I was taking a look at the CB 2024 brackets, and I see all these familiar names pop up in like Sailor Moon and, you know, Fighting Climax and all this stuff. So. Nice. First year there was testing waters to see how it was. Second was being on stage for Primal Rage somehow, and third was actually as a TO. Like, yo, all the experiences. Now you just gotta like make a game and exhibit there, and I think that you'll be able to go full circle. Yeah, KO, I agree, man. Like I will always have a soft spot in my heart for Fantasy Strike. I saw people talking shit about Fantasy Strike on Blue Sky today, just as like, I don't know, someone made a meme about Serlin, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, funny. It is funny. But right? But then everyone was just like dumping on fucking Fantasy Strike in the comments, and I'm like, doesn't have to be your cup of tea, but I'm glad, right? The game still has a bit of a beating heart. It's the community was, when I was involved in it, fantastic. It was super rewarding, and it was amazing to be able to like find an event that we were able to, you know, find space at. So that's what I'm hoping for this year, right? It's like, what are we expecting from Combo Breaker, indie games, niche fighters, and that kind of stuff this year? And I have heard through the grapevine that there is a proper indie space that is going to be there in some way, shape, or form, I guess. Seems to be like located near the arcade, which I think is a really good idea. If you have to kind of go through or around the indies to get to the arcade, it kind of like you're probably primed to play some stuff, which is really good. And then you're right, like you basically you're like guaranteed foot traffic for those folks. It seems to be pretty affordable for the indie spaces, which is really nice. So there is a little bit of a, you know, there's an opportunity for us to see folks like Matrified, developer of Murfight and Battle High. But we've yeah, right, so Matrified, Murfight, I believe the Konsui Fighters, Circean Studios, the Konsui Fighter developers are considering going. Star Cutter of Among Us Arena and Blue Blood Arena is said they're going to be there. So, right, there's already a lot of these indie spaces, and then games are being submitted to All In Together. So, like, I've submitted Robo-O. I know Mohas submitted Murfight. There's Polar Bears might be running Suiko Enbu along a couple other games. So I'm excited for all that and what's gonna be coming there, right? That's good. Yeah, the indie space is usually spread around the arcade. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Nice, Joe P. What did you toss in there? I'm curious. And yeah, Toast, absolutely, man. I'm sorry. Serlin having a couple of whack takes does not mean their games are bad. Absolutely. I am glad that there has been a bit of a like reassessment of HD Remix in the last couple years. And yeah, like that, you might not agree with the changes made in HD Remix, but they were like very, very considered, right? Like it's not like the changes were not made willy-nilly. But even though you might not agree with the direction, but it's good that there's a reassessment there. This is like when you want to talk about separating the art from the artist. This is a good way. This is a good example, right? Where it's like it's not that it's like an abhorrent person who you are like, you know, fucking sex pest or whatever. It's like that's not what you're trying to separate. It's just like I don't agree with you with a lot of things, but I could still enjoy your game. Yeah, of course, Street Fighter the movie, you submitted Vampire Hunter and Mortal Kombat, the Jack's Pacific plug-and-play version. Oh, bless you. Bless you, Joe. That is fucking amazing. Oh, you're doing the Lord's work. God, if they say yes to that, oh shit, that's amazing. You must have friends in high places, that's all I'm gonna say. Yo, Toast, you're absolutely right. The biggest problem with HD Remix is that it wasn't just ST with rollback, which is what the ST players were asking for, truly asking for, right? And like the changes that ended up getting made in HD Remix were definitely a product of designed by committee to a certain degree. Like my understanding is that a lot of the changes that were proposed were shown to like a panel of play testers, like a very, very solid ST players who are playtesting the game. And basically, if it was like, if 50%, if like more than half of the people agreed with the change, then it would be implemented and iterated on. So it means that you got some really divisive changes within there, and for the people who were just like, I just want ST with amazing rollback, they were definitely not getting the thing that they were asking for. Okay, so my understanding was that there was the classic version, but the focus was the HD remix. Amongst the remix was a lot of balance changes, right? Because yeah, even the straight ST mode used the new sprites. Okay, and so yeah, Mohas, this is it. Yeah, I have seen that bit where Jay Chensor said that he 100% of his comments were ignored. And this is the thing. If you have, hey, this is the change, and you disagree with every change, you would be completely ignored. But that's not to say that the developer ignored all advice. It's just that they always ignored your advice, which sucks for sure. But if you have this system where it's like, look, we're trying to appease the most number of high skill or experienced players, then this like 50 plus 1, 50% plus 1 means this is the change that gets implemented or pursued, might mean that you're like, you never get agreed with, right? Yeah, and if you listen to players too much, you get too... Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Right, and so with that, I think, like, that's really what it was. It was, like, Sterling was presenting this, like, this platter of potential changes that they envisioned, and I believe there was other things that they just implemented because they believed it was the appropriate balance fix, right? And some of those, once again, players fundamentally disagree with them because they kind of change how the game was played. So, and in such a way that it wasn't a rebalancing of ST, but a kind of like a new direction in terms of, right? It's like if you disagree on the design paradigm, and so any changes might take you further away from that. They should give green hand to Honda. Oh my god, that's... I'm sorry, I'm just putting Toast in charge of balancing every fighting game. The green head. But yeah. Where are we at here? So, Combo Breaker 2025, man. We have a few things. Like I said, so there's this indie dev space. I'm excited for what is going to be done with the indie dev space. I am personally hopeful for more like coordination between the indie dev space, the BYOC, and the arcade. I think kind of combining those things is going to be really important. Oh my god, are you guys serious? Leg kick butt slam actually reflects projectiles? That is wild. I did not realize. More moves. The reflect and projectile stuff in SFTM is so cool though. Like honestly, I don't know how practical it really is, but the being able to control the vertical position of your fireballs is mwah, or like drag them back, right? Like that is genius. That is so funky. I love it. No, like Street Fighter the movie, legitimately, like you just looking at it as a fighting game, it does so many interesting things, right? And I don't know, like guard canceling, like the way the juggles work feels surprisingly satisfying. Because like visually, I will say the juggles might look weird at times, but whatever. Like juggles look weird in so many games. Like juggles look weird in like all 3D fighting games to me. So it's not like that's a bad thing. Right? But like the feel of it once you get someone going and juggling in a combo, it's like, God, it's so good. Street Fighter, yeah, Street Fighter the movie might be the realest Street Fighter ever gets. Right? It feels so satisfying to hit those buttons. See, like this is it. It is, I don't know. And like, I understand. There is, once again, context of the times, right? There was a time when digitized actors in fighting games was associated with Mortal Kombat and weird-ass, janky games. Like, that is my recollection. And maybe, like, this is not saying this is everyone's recollection, but, like, my recollection was definitely, I'm like, yeah, Mortal Kombat and weird-ass, janky games did the digitized graphics. So when you see Street Fighter with digitized graphics, I can understand how someone's brain, like, without thinking, would leap to that, right? That is just like, just another jank game, right? And I don't know, because it works so differently than some Street Fighters, right? You get an immediate dismissal of whatever it is that it's doing. Like this is it, and I think Street Fighter EX and Street Fighter the movie are actually two really good examples of how major fighting game franchises cannot stray too far from their roots, right? Because as soon as they do, they start alienating the core group of fans for whatever it is, right? And like, you're gonna do this. This is why every iteration of Street Fighter, it pisses off some Street Fighter player because they're there for Street Fighter 4 this thing, the grounded based footsies, the whatever, right? Like, and if you modify that, if you then are no longer doing patient grounded based footsies and you have a drive rush mechanic, there's going to be a whole subset of your players who are really pissed. So, like, the farther you stray from that, whether it be style or mechanics, the more you're going to alienate a player base right off the bat, even if it's not justified, right? But it means that, you know what? You get, like, fucking dozens and dozens of games like the ones on screen here who can feel free to do really different things without running the risk of alienating that kind of player. Yeah, the SF community has had so many bad takes over the years. Yo, the EFZ juggles, like especially the big counter hit juggles, are so fucking hilarious. Vampire Princess, Vampire as well. Vanguard Princess. Like, it is like a Looney Tunes level of strike and spin out animation on those things when you get big counters. It's so good. Yeah, the maddest you ever got at a fighting game is when SF5 dropped and you tried to play it like SF4. Absolutely. And when SF4 dropped, there were literal tutorials like, I'm not even gonna, the PogChamp dude, I'm not even saying his name, had a tutorial series that was like how to play Street Fighter 4 for a third strike player, right? Like there needed to be bridge guides because the game plays different because it's a different game. So like, and yo, this is a whole other conversation about I feel for the folks who are like single game players because yeah, if you're a Street Fighter player and Street Fighter moves on from what you like, you ain't gonna be happy. Yeah, that dude had good tutorials at one point. All right, but if we looked at last year, this is the list of games that were at Combo Breaker All In Together 2024. and right, Neo Turf Masters, yo, Mystery Game 2v2. By the way, I'm gonna need a partner for Mystery, because I'm told Mystery 2v2 is happening again. But look at this, like Dark Awake, Advanced Variable Geo, like Sam Show 5 Special, TMNT Justice League Turbo. This is amazing. Sonic the Fighters, Sailor Moon S, so many great games. And so like, dude, if we see Murphite and Blue Blood Arena and Robo O and, right, like, what else are we gonna see in here this year? Yo, TZ Toast, I think you might have another one of those Calvin and Hobbes memes where Calvin's being explained, so this is this, but that is that, right? Then he just gets his, yeah, I think you've got another one. It's like all the Fightcade hits. True, Cyberbots, Plasma Sword, SMS, Jackie Chan. Yeah, Street Fighter the movie. Advanced VG, Dark Awake. The game to the left of TV. Oh, Dengeki Buko Fighting Climax. Ignition, I guess, right? Because it's the follow, right? There was an update. So once again, this is last year's tournaments. So the All In Together tournament submissions, I think, are open till the end of January, and like the last couple weeks of January is supposed to see like a rolling release of which games get accepted, right? And there's a limited number of spaces, so like if you want to get your game in, I would say get the submission in early. The requirements aren't that bad. Basically, you need to be able to provide 2 complete setups. That includes monitors, though, folks. Like, that's one thing. I was hoping to be able to bring my mini PCs. I have a couple of little niche fighter boxes. And I was hoping that these mini PCs would be good because we might be able to be provided with monitors and speakers. I can probably rent them from Combo Breaker. I think they'll have access for people who want to like rent things from like Gaming Generations or whatever. But yeah, you guys didn't need monitors last year. Each table had a setup with monitors if it's small enough. Okay, so yeah, the way that I read the All In Together, and for anyone else who submitted, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I read it was that you will need to provide 2 complete setups, which includes a monitor, right? And I mean, like, for me, I can bring a couple, like, I have a couple laptops that could run it, right? Like, I have my traveling editing laptop, and I have an older one that could easily run Robo O. And those would just have a monitor baked in. But, like, it's not ideal, so... but like, if you're able to do that, if you're able to provide a couple stations, I think it's 1 station for every 8 players is what they're really like looking for. So if you're able to do that and you're able to spend some time, consider running your favorite event. Like, honestly, it is... I always kind of like work myself up whenever I host a tournament where I'm like, it's gonna be this work where I gotta promote it, and I gotta shill for the signups, and I gotta run around all day prepping for the event, and right? And it's like, but realistically, man, folks, especially in these communities, want to help each other out. So like, if I'm sitting there running a tournament and fucking, right, like KO walks up, I'm pretty sure KO Bastian's gonna be like, okay, are you good? You need some help? You want me to yell at somebody for you to get them in here, right? Like... So consider it. So yeah, you're saying Street Fighter the movie for you guys was all laptops anyway, so it'll work regardless. You just need the assist on getting more misters, yeah. But we did get those laptops hooked up to monitors. Okay, perfect. Right, and that's it. Like, and if I can get confirmation beforehand that I don't have to bring monitors at all, then fantastic. I might still bring a laptop as like a capture station, but then right? Like, using the mini PCs, and I do, man, I recommend, if anybody's going to be running events for, like, especially retro games, but these mini PCs are great. If you could probably get them for under $100. They'll run basically everything on Fightcade and emulate pretty much everything through PS2, GameCube, and maybe the Wii. Yeah, $100 to spectate is kind of nuts. Okay, I did want to get into the pricing for stuff, so this is, thank you for bringing this up. Laptops, I don't think they need to be hooked up to monitors. You just have to be able to provide audio, visual, game system, and game, right? Like, that needs to be provided. For top 4, they're gonna figure out how to stream it exactly, right? But I mean, if you got an HDMI out, then they can split it and they can deal with that. Right? But come on, you guys, you can run like championship boxing as well as Castlevania Judgment at the same tournament. I mean, that's pretty cool, I gotta say. So, yeah, they should be fine with the HDMI. It's not a problem, right? But like, that's what it is, man. Like, this is not much. Like, they will provide you with the space. If you get accepted with all together, I believe it is. I don't know if every game gets stream time, but definitely a bunch of the games get like top 4s on stream. Medals, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this is an amazing way for, like, look. The fighting game community is not just Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, right? Like, I saw some YouTube video the other day that was like, fighting game failure at 2024, right? And it was like, and it showed 3 mainstream fighting games, and Strive, so 4 mainstream fighting games, and like a criticism about their patches or their whatever, their lack of updates. And you're telling me the FGC has failed? No. The failure of the FGC in this regard is we're only looking at 4 games, right? That we're not looking at the other fucking 88 games that were released in 2024. Castlevania Judgment should have been the canary in the coal mine for games like MVCI that got killed by the presentation. That's a good one, man. Yep. Killed by their own presentation. I think there's a few of them that got killed by their own presentation. Yeah, again, Judgment does look better than, definitely better than pre-launch MVCI. Yeah, it is not even like it was as recently as the 09er era, where you were beholden to getting into what's being played at your locals. Everything can have a scene now. It really can. I don't think people, okay, I was saying at the beginning of the stream, context, right? Everything is a result of the context that it exists in. And the context of locals in 09 was Street Fighter, and then the other main games in your area, whether it be Marvel, sometimes it was Soul Calibur, sometimes it was, you know, Tekken or DOA or whatever, right? Blaze Blue. There were a few of them, but like, you were beholden to it. That's it, man. Like, you went to the Street Fighter Weekly, not the Fighting Game Weekly, or you went to the whatever, right? It was like the main game weekly, and that was the main draw. And then everything else was always kind of like looked at with side eye, where you're like, why are you bothering with that? Look at, we have fucking 40 people playing Street Fighter 4. Why are you playing Blaze Blue with 4 other people, right? We don't look at it that way anymore, man. And thank God, it's so much better that we can actually just look at it and say, look, man, we got this community and we can find a place to come together. So. Best thing Street Fighter V did for the FGC was get Americans to play something other than Street Fighter 4. It is really remarkable seeing the shift after Street Fighter V when people weren't happy and they started exploring other games. Marvel was dead, so you couldn't just bail to another Capcom franchise. It really and you saw this starting in 2018, 2019. And then definitely moving into 2020 and into 2020, through 2023, right? When COVID hit and the lockdowns happened, that was a major shift in, oh, okay, I can't go to my weekly and play Street Fighter, and it's not fun to play Street Fighter online. So suddenly people started exploring other things. And, if we want to talk about kind of the direction of fighting games, yeah, they have gone from those main games to, hey, I guess I will explore these other things, right? As retro games started getting rollback implementations, the KOF games and such, right? That started opening up a path to people trying different franchises, people trying old versions of the franchises that they play, right? And we saw an explosion of interest in things like old SNK games. People started talking about The Last Blade. People started talking about Street Fighter EX more, right? That was huge. That was huge. And it wasn't just COVID. It was the poor response from players to developers who were not serving needs, and so went to like hobbyists who were creating services and like patches and things for games that were serving people's needs. So suddenly you could go to Fightcade and you can get a training mode and you can play this game, or you could play ROM hacks of games that had balance patches, right? For titles that developers weren't working with anymore, right? So suddenly you have a Guilty Gear community forum playing Accent Core, and Strive comes out, and you have a bunch of people move on to Strive, right? You have people who move back and said, let me play Street Fighter, 3, Second Impact, and let me play, the EX series. And what did we get out of that? We got a lot of amazing experiments. We had people looking back at 3D fighting games, and we have folks like Andrea D making Schwarzer Blitz and Motion Sickness. And then we have developers like Matrified who would look back at the Street Fighter EX series and Fighting EX Lair, or Fighting Lair, and say, oh, I can incorporate some of those things into a game like Murfight. They also all looked at the world of approachable game design from 2009 to 2019-ish and said, okay, this kind of approachability of let's strip away the complexity in the execution isn't cutting it, right? So now we can look at different ways to make our fighting games more approachable. And we're getting a much broader spectrum of games and design archetypes and design ethoses that explore these ideas. Right? Yeah, we have games like Cupkick who are looking back on other 3D fighters and saying, what if we have variable terrain? I would say that was the biggest theme from 2024 for me for fighting games was variability. And in terms of inputs, in terms of outcomes, right? Like, we have more finite control, analog style control. We have more games in exploring directional influence. We have, right? This was a very clear thing, and you can look back at some of the things that were stripped away, and things like mobility and that finite variable, those variable inputs were removed because they were too complex, right? They were getting in the way of the approachability era. And so you can still look at games through the lens of approachability and apply those things to them without doing it that way. And so we're seeing an increase in variability in many ways, but an easing of some of the other requirements that might fight your approachability ethos, right? So this is a new context, which stems from not only a disillusionment with, you know, mainstream major titles, AAA game devs, but then also a result of kind of the force to online thanks to COVID. And it's led to this looking back at the history of fighting games and considering the things we might have left behind, right? There's been this reassessment of the fighting game Dark Ages as not being an actual Dark Age. And when you no longer think of it as a Dark Age, you start looking at the games that were made in that era, like The Last Blade, like Spite and Lair, like Street Fighter EX, and you start saying, oh, maybe there is something of value, right? And the last 6 years has seen indie developers doing this. And only now do we have AAA devs saying, oh, wait, I should be looking back at Garou Mark of the Wolves, right? Why aren't I looking back at those old games that were considered the Dark Ages of our fighting game era and incorporating those things into modern games? And so we're gonna get City of the Wolves, right? Like, that is a major thing that was influenced by 6 years of indie devs working on this stuff, right? So it's important to try to recognize the context of that. Looking back, Toast Rider saying 2018, 2019 is when you really started getting into Fightcade, Gohime Enbu, Samsho, indie games. Ended up being real liberating because now you can accept that I don't have to like Street Fighter 6 or Strive or whatever, and you can just play something else. Absolutely. That kind of liberation, I think, hit a lot of people when their ability to play the couple of games which were heavily supported, like Street Fighter 6 or Strive, started getting a bit more limited, right? You limit that, and then people start looking for their, you know, gaining whatever it is, like whatever satisfaction they get out of fighting games, they start looking for it elsewhere. And lo and behold, there's thousands of options, and you're gonna find it. Yeah, and then you go back, right, Toast, to 92 to 95. It was like, I call it the Wild West of fighting games, for sure. There weren't as many defined rules. There wasn't as much legacy to pull from. So you had people doing things that today you say you're not supposed to do that. Or I would rather, in the era of approachability, you would say you're not supposed to do that. But now, in the era of experimentation, the era of, I don't know, reassessment, I don't know what we want to call it, but you can look back at these experiments and say, oh, there was value there, right? If I take this idea and apply this modern design philosophy to it, we get a different result. One that was forgotten because it wasn't successful. But it was hard for a lot of the ideas taking place in the Dark Ages to be successful due to the context of the era. Yeah, it wasn't dark due to the lack of knowledge or understanding. It was the historical artifact from there. And this is something that I really want to emphasize, Mohas, because you're absolutely right. And there is a very, very interesting parallel between the actual study of the, English world Dark Ages, which is that, yeah, it used to be thought, the historians used to look at the Dark Ages and say, it's the Dark Ages because there was no production of information, right? But now we recognize it as it was the Dark Ages due to a lack of information and in a lack of willingness for historians to investigate it. There was this presupposed notion that the Dark Ages were intellectually devoid, right? And it actually stems from a racist thing, basically, right? If you really want to track it down, there's some uncomfortable connotations with, the image of darkness and Dark Ages and lack of intellectualism and savagery that, right? But that was a fault of the historians. It was not a reflection of the actual age, right? And now we are having a critical reassessment, and this is it. Historians had a critical reassessment of the Dark Ages and realized that, oh, no, not actually devoid of all this stuff. Only if you look at this narrow slice is it like that. And even then, it's a proper mischaracterization, right? But then, yeah, So if we look at, you know, the fighting game Dark Ages, yeah, we are having this critical reassessment and saying, actually, important things happened during that era, right? Yo, Martial Champion, legit. There are a lot of, if you like fast pace, right? One hit, limited special inputs kind of thing. You have Fantasy Strike from the approachable era here, right? There's Dive Kick as well, which I think would apply in some measures. And then you can go back to the martial arts and the combat games, right? And then you can go forward, and it's kind of been a reassessment of, oh, fighting games are martial arts combat games, sports combat games. And you have games like Dojo Masters from Bye Bye Blue, which kind of says, okay, so a little bit of Fantasy Strike, a little bit of new inspiration for fighting games, and a little bit of old school combat sports. And you get this amazing fighting game package that is Dojo Masters. There was a Martial Champions cabinet. Oh, fantastic. I love it. I did not see a Martial Champions cabinet at EVO, but oh, we got the Survival Arts cab. That was good. Yeah, I need a Martial Champion that has a reasonable input parser. And this is it, where it's like, there are, I think, things like that. The input reading, where I'm like, yeah, I do kind of want to play a Street Fighter 1 that doesn't have an input recognition system that makes me want to rip my hair out. That would be fantastic. Actually, fantastic. I think there's Street Fighter 1 Mugen, which does that. That's what I want to see, man. Like, I just give me just like round, like sand off the edges. Yeah, one button game. Good luck getting off a charge special. Good luck getting off a any kind of motion input, right? But no, but this is it, right? And so how many of those things, right? Even Dinorex, and like I say this, I've said this before, kind of half jokingly, but there's a game out there called Punchimals, and there's a parallel between Punchimals and Dinorex. Right? These are games that kind of keep you on the same side, right? You want to take it back further, it goes back to Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You take the same side, right? Dinorex, if you jump over someone, it like resets you, right? You can only be on one side, there's no like cross-ups really, right? So Punchimals does the same thing, where it has you kind of like tethered to the back wall. You can move in and out and up and down, but you can't really get over each other unless you swap and get like tethered to the other wall, right? But it's this weird experiment of how you deal with jumping and cross-ups in fighting games, right? But there is, in fact, this kind of like legacy going back to Dinorex. Jumping in Rock'em Sock'em Robots would be absolutely broken. It would be. I think we've all seen the kid who got a little too into Rock'em Sock'em Robots and just like jumped on the plastic toy. Oh yeah, just use a guard button. Interestingly enough, Punchimals has like analog variable guard, right? Where you can like pull up your hands by holding back on the analog stick, and you can bring up your defensive pose, and you can like block punches up or down, right? And this is it. I think it's partly because of the way the defensive systems work that they want to keep you on the same side, but like you got a lot of got a lot of really interesting things to pull from. But looking back at something like Dinorex, you can even take forward something from it. And let's be honest, as much as I have a soft spot in my heart for Dino Rex, this is not the genre-defining game, right? But there's still something there. Man, but yeah, I am super stoked for Combo Breaker. I gotta say that. Is there a fighting game with boxing style head movement? Playing foot footsies and head footsies at the same time sounds like it'd be interesting if well executed. Punchimals has a little bit of that, definitely. There's an arena game called Input Chaos, which has like body damage, right? And depending on the physics, you can do various, right? You can do damage to various parts, which might take away people's weapons. There's some interesting stuff going on there in Input Chaos. But yeah, right? Not that common. Yeah, Punchimals very much like Nidhogg blocking, absolutely, where there is a state you can be in that is immediately defensive, right? And you can get, and you have different height levels to it. Nidhogg being very digital, like low, mid, high. Punchimals being very analog, because it's an analog game. Which, yeah, I think, so, trends for 2025, right? I think primarily indie developers, I think they have been having, like I said, this critical reassessment of the games from our past. And looking at things like body damage, alternate win conditions, mechanics and systems that were thought to be failures, but maybe were just either not explored enough or were muddled by other issues or other mechanics, right? A not great game having an amazing idea is still gonna be not great. So, right? Like, but I think we have done, historically we have dismissed the idea because we have dismissed the game. But I think indie devs in the last 6 years have really been doing a good job of looking back at those things and trying to take some of those ideas and bring them forward. And then combine that with this very, very, like a move away from digital, I would say, or like prescriptive fighting game elements, where for so many years things like explicit jump arcs was like a defining trait of fighting games, right? And they are, and those kind of like arcs and that kind of math are very important for fighting games. But you can do that math more variably, more, right, and have some differences. And Smash Brothers platform fighters have always explored that. And we have games now looking at how do I incorporate that into, what would traditionally be a digital thing, right? Or even better, right, looking at fighting games, platform fighters are now trying to actually go more fighting game, right? We have come far enough away, and platform fighters have their own identity, that now we have things like Combo Devils and Bite Breakers that are moving into, Rushdown Revolt, that looks at, okay, how do we apply more of the traditional fighting game things to the platform fighter element, and how does that change our game? But I think, yeah, but two things, right? Coming in from 2024 into 2025, variability in fighting games, and then this reassessment and reintegration of ideas from the past and series from the past. And I think we have seen this trend grow in the last 6 years, and I'm hopeful that the games that are coming out in 2025 are going to represent that. We have Heatwave, which someone mentioned earlier on, from Monochromatic Hermit. This is a fighting game that's been in development for a while. I call it the Chunky Pixel Air Dasher. And it looks at a bunch of things from Air Dashers and anime fighters, but also games like The Last Blade 2, and incorporates some systems from The Last Blade, some fighting style systems that, are now being explored in the context of, okay, great, we have more, anime style Air Dashers applied to it. So, right? we have that. We have Combo Devils on its way. We have Declines Drops just dropped, which is like platformers become platform fighters become platformers. And there's also Immortal, which is coming out. And Immortal is also very much, some of the combat designers on it are fighting game developers. And you have, right, like, what if fighting games become, like platformers become platform fighters? What if we turn them back into platformers? Another experimentation with that, right? Fight Breakers. Hyperfight taking a new look at the one-hit kill fighting game, which I think was kind of a staple or like a hallmark of the approachability era. And we now have looking at how do we change the one-hit fighter or the one-hit kill fighter formula, right? And we have a new look on that. From Dojo Masters looking at martial combat stuff, Cupkick reassessing 3D fighters. Yep, this is happening with Bleach Rebirth. Thank you, KO. That's a really good point. How even like arena fighters are looking towards how do we reassess what it is that we're doing. Toast saying, you kind of like to see what would happen if someone dropped a new 2D fighter with no dashing that just has good walk speed instead, with a super meter that's only used for supers. My friend, no one's gonna want to hear this. Have you tried Fantasy Strike? No, but you're right. Like, I would say there is something in the water for fighting game devs these days over the past couple of years about the hyper fighter. You look at Corrupt taking inspiration from Versus series hyper fighter style games, but it's a single character game. You have 2XKO, which is doing the tag fighter thing. This is off the heels of Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, right? So we have that style of fighter, and then we have what is it called? Scramble Heart City. Scramble Heart City from the Tough Love Arena developer. Also 3v3 tag fighter, right? MVCI Beyond has come back. Tag fighter, active tag. Right? Active tag, much more variable, much more analog than the digital assist thing. There's something in the water about the versus fighters and the more hyper fighter oriented stuff. So you're absolutely right, Toast. What happens when we take all this context we've been talking about and someone applies it to a more grounded type of game? Oh, Kianta is a good one too. Yeah, wish 2XKO wasn't active tag. I kind of agree with you there. I like active tag. Active tag is cool. I think long term for me, just for me personally as a player, I'm like, okay, this might be too much for me. It might be too much. It is definitely the thing that is going to be a wall that I hit when I see other people doing active tag stuff that I'm not able to respond to or replicate on my own offense. That's definitely going to be a block for me. And I like something about the predictable nature of Marvel, like the Marvel 3 style assist in particular. Because it's a game that is already very, very, very busy. So having at least something that is like, if I can recognize it, there's consistency to it, then I can worry about other things. That's just where I'm at as a player, though. But I can understand why other people might really love it. Yeah, KO, absolutely. Hunter x Hunter Net Impact, looking interesting. Auto chain as is one of its core features, so it lets you focus on the other wild aspects that they're going to be introducing. Also, a game with active tag. Also, a hyper fighter versus style game with active tag. I'm telling you, there's something in the water, man. And I think it will. I think it will, especially if 2XKO really takes over as a super popular fighting game community game. I think developers are going to start looking at it and say, I should probably veer away from that. And if people are actively talking about, hey, active tag is too much, where's the Marvel 3 style assist, right? And tag system, perhaps people are going to start embracing that a bit more. Yeah, the tag game in BB Tag revolves around that sandwich scenario. It's going to be the same. It was the same thing in the 2XKO beta, and it will be the same thing in Nen Impact. And Nen Impact, man, it is an aiding game. That is going to be a fucking aiding game if I've ever seen one. And it has active tag. Like, that is, my guys, I'm sorry, like, get yourself put in the blender in Marvel 3 and really appreciate how hard that is, and then add active tag nonsense. In these active tag games, can you just use the assist without tagging the assist in? Yes, my understanding is for most of them, yes. It's so like you can get, like 2XKO works, like you call the assist, and then so long as they're out on screen, if you hit the assist button again, you will then tag into them, right? Yo, Grab, thank you. Where's the striker system? This is what I want to see. Right? You've seen all this, people taking from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, MVC 3, some of the old X-Men vs. Street Fighter games. Great. What about a Marvel vs. Capcom, like, selectable cast of characters as strikers, right? What about the KOF striker system? I like this, right? If we're doing a critical assessment of the past, I think those are aspects of these games that have largely been forgotten. Right? And we have followed the progression from strikers to partner assist to active tag, and we haven't gone back to strikers. That's a good point. It's the same reason why some team shooters are back now. It's because it took that long to make a bunch of Overwatch ripoffs. Oh yeah, Toast saying that it rubs you the wrong way a little bit, the way that, or when a game is stated to have the design goal of approachability by doing things like easy inputs, wide buffers, but then overcompensate with bloated system mechanics and insane pressure and mix. Yeah, that's what active tag games look like to you. That's an absolutely fair criticism, right? And I think a fair point. If your goal is explicitly approachability, and I mean, look, I think it's important for developers, even when they use that term, to define it, because there are different goals for approachability. There's different end games that you're trying to get your players to. It might require different tactics, but as a rule, yeah, saying it's approachable, you can play the game in all its meaningful ways pretty readily, right? And then you're like, except hold this mix that is going to be impossible for you to read unless you understand the deeper nuances of the game and the way the systems work, is not approachable, right? It's not. So why are we there, right? And I think that's it. I think some of the messaging from the age of approachability has not given way to the new, like, once again, the new look back era. I don't even know what we're going to call this era. The era of experimentation, I think, is the way Noah Sasso from Iron Galaxy puts it. But I think that the messaging hasn't caught up with the changes the developers have been making yet. And that's part of the problem. But also, messaging for these games has always kind of been shitty. Like, I wasn't happy with the approachability messaging of Fantasy Strike when they were doing it. I wasn't happy with Battle for the Grids when they were doing it. I think it missed the point a little. But that being said, yeah, there is a bit of like mutual exclusivity when it comes to some of the really, really wild active tag stuff that happens, and some of the, but we're an approachable game, get right in here, right? And it's like, sure, maybe it's get right in here so we can beat the ever-living crap out of you, and okay, but I don't think that's what people think when they hear approachable, right? MK1 does have strikers. Oh, shoot, I don't even think of it like that. I didn't even think of it like that. You're absolutely right. %, and this is what Fantasy Strike did when they dropped Quince into an otherwise visually parsable game. Quince was a problem. I have had this conversation many a time. Suffice it to say, Quince was a problem. Yeah, Dual Souls definitely approached the like, it is the most like mechanically dense game that I have ever played, I think. But yeah. Onimaru, man, Onimaru was funny. Like, I do think oh, I'm spacing on their name now. I feel really bad. There was a fantastic Onimaru player at our Fantasy Strike weeklies that I would almost end up going up against like every tournament. Oh God, I can't remember not Jourdain. It wasn't Jourdain J. It was, oh, I can't remember their name now. But they were, they made me, I think they honestly made me, and this is the Brazilian leg Oni? No, that was Mr. Sup. But like they were so good, but they made me play Fantasy Strike, especially against Onimaru, in a very, very particular way. And it was a very draining fashion to play, and it is not the way I wanted to play. So I ended up just doing like Onimaru versus Valerie, and it was just like beating your head against the wall sometimes, man. But that is a character that was able to, and this is in part of the issue with more approachable games, is that the more approachable games you are, the narrower the situations are. And Onimaru was a great character that could like narrow down your options, especially with their guard break mechanic, where they can end up putting you in situations where you're like, literally, it is right. This is a checkmate situation, and Fantasy Strike was not afraid of checkmate situations. Yeah, Oni versus Jaina was not fun. I literally had to learn, like, get good with Valerie simply for that matchup. Oh, it is the nature of control style characters. It absolutely is. It is just one of those considerations you have to have, right? Where if you're going to have a dominant control style character in your game, when it is already a narrower space and a more approachable space like Fantasy Strike was, right? Fantasy Strike had very, very like a limited button real estate, and its moves were very explicitly designed to do certain things. So that means that a control character controlling a smaller space is way easier, right? The messier that space is, the bigger that space is, the harder it is for a control character to exert their control. But when it's already limited, that becomes way more noticeable. It's the same kind of thing with people are like, okay, is it an approachable game because now good fighting game players will just kick my ass, right? And that's true. But it's not that doesn't make it it is an approachable game, right? But that is the trade-off, where when you make a far more approachable game, it means that better, more experienced fighting game players will, in fact, get to a more competent state faster, and it will show this huge gulf between the beginner and the experienced player, which actually may be a bigger gulf than in a traditional fighting game, right? Because it is that stark. And so I think that's really it, where like Onimaru control characters become very stark characters in narrow play spaces. Same with grapplers, right? It's the reason that Rook in Phantasy Strike was such a polarizing character before Onimaru and Quince, right? It's because they could do a lot and control a lot of scenarios very, very, like, effectively. And it meant that because it was a narrower space, you had fewer tools with which to do it, you had fewer ways with which to obfuscate this or make the situation messier and harder to control for your opponent. So, once again, very, very stark, very, like, polarizing kind of character. So sad. Oh, you know what though, man? Jaina was fine even with the dive kick nerf. Like, the dive kick nerf didn't make it impossible to do the things she did. It just made it harder. Which fine, but I will say, for a character that was like mid-tier, why'd you do that to her? While not wanting to nerf Geiger. Out of my house, man. My Fantasy Strike takes make me yearn to make you see me face Ducky in VTS. We really legitimately need to set that up. And this is why we hand over all decision making to Toast. Rook should have a teleport like Seth. Problem solved. I do love how Rook went from the character, like... So, okay, this is secondhand information, but apparently Ultra David played Phantasy Strike in Alpha for, like, I don't know if it was a day, right? And walked away and said, the game's solved, Rook beats everyone. And then like, Rook was, like, what? Considered basically bottom tier? Like... just interesting how that works out, where it's like Alpha is someone joking about giving Rook a teleport, like they would seriously be like upset. They would feel bad for a while. But like endgame would be like, yeah man, yeah, maybe a teleport. Why not? Maybe Earthquake does damage. Man, I think it's really interesting, actually. I mean, like, Phantasy Strike was, once again, of an era, right? And you have games that are trying to do a similar approachable thing, but adding different layers to it. And I think Frostfire is the best example of this. If you want to look at, like, the age of approachability, the Hallmark games from the age of approachability, you can look at Frostfire to see kind of what the extension of that would be. And, yeah, I wonder what else, right? I mean, games like, even like 52 Beat Up, which is a game that's using like roguelike elements and deck building elements, also pulled a little bit from Phantasy Strike in terms of their boss rush mode. But now we have games like Project FiGHtem, which is from what is it, Tyrannius, which we're going to be taking a look at later on today, right? Also uses like item cards and stuff like that. And so there's take something you like from the previous generation, take something you feel was underappreciated from 2 generations ago, and apply it to forward-thinking game design. And I'm really excited to see what we're going to be presented with. Yeah, Frostfire, it like... I don't think the Frostfire devs necessarily thought that the game was going to get as wild as players made it in this stage. I remember them saying when they first released a playable version of Frostfire that we're like, we don't know what it's going to be like. We're going to trust the players to do the wild thing and to take it to the right place. And then like 6 months later, they're like, we got to pull this shit back, right? So, so I think even they were a little taken aback by what players have been able to accomplish so far. So I think, yeah, maybe pulling back, and they have definitely pulled back on some of the, even for me as like a Sarah player, like they've removed some of the combo extensions. They've removed some of the more brutal setups, and they have changed the damage scaling in some ways to make it a little less devastating. But like, yeah, there's a how far do you get, right? This is once again the risk of introducing. We have an approachable game. We're going to introduce anime fighter elements. Anime fighters can get pretty sicko sometimes. So how far do they go, right? Like, will that ultimately take you too far away from your initial design goal? It's strange to you to not know where high-level play would go based on what you provided them. I mean, like, yeah, I think you should probably have a solid enough understanding of your system, but like, no, man, no game dev doc survives its first encounter with a fighting game player, right? Like, it's not gonna happen. So I can kind of feel for devs who are just like, okay, we expected more, but not this much more, right? Yeah, Emmy being a juggle monster was not what you signed up for. Where's your lolly goth girl who knows you were zoning? Yeah, right? And this is that was a really thing about Emily for Frostfire, where you're right. I started playing her and I'm like, let me find some dirty zoning setups. And then I was like, oh no, I'm just combo routing. Because as soon as she gets a hit or a throw, this girl is dealing like 88% damage, right? So, yeah, I don't think that was not my expectation of where she was going to go. I think Emily as a character is one they specifically pointed out that was like, oh wow, we did not foresee it going that far over there. But I like that, Mohas. You want folks to break versus tag shuffle because you're confident it's not easily broken. That's an exciting thing. You're bugged by the fact that Capcom feels they need to give Guile boom loops in every game. Look, the Sonic boom loops feel good, though. This is one of the problems. It's satisfying. But you're right, you don't need to. Fair. You know what? Give Charlie Sonic boom loops. Yeah, absolutely. I could accept that. Also, give us Remy. Where is my emo goth Frenchman? All right. Think I could do it, guys? Do you think I could do the Remy cosplay? Right? I got some hair. I got some hair I can work with. Think I can do it? We'll dye the hair. We'll get some leather pants. The Sean basketball setups, the superior Dudley Rose, let's be honest, all right? Yo, Happy New Year, Andrew. Hey man, I did Mystery Johnson at Toryuken. That was super good. I might have to bring Mystery Johnson out to Combo Breaker as well. But yeah, I was like, maybe I could do the Remy. Who knows? Yeah, yo, Vega's changes were really cool. I definitely like that. But once again, right? You start running the risk. If you run too far away from what makes someone something, the people are gonna get mad. Are you kidding me? People were mad at like mash hands for Honda disappearing. And I was like, oh cool, I can play Honda now. So yeah, you would just remove it completely. And I will not speak to Street Fighter 6 just because I have not played enough of it. I'll be honest. I had fun with Honda, and then I got bodied by Honda, by like scrubby Hondas, because I didn't think hard enough about it. So I think that's their biggest failing in Street Fighter 6, at least. Yeah, Andrew, I know you mentioned that game popped up. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna set some time aside for it this month, and give it a go. Talk about some almost lost media. Yeah. It is funny, right? The absolute, like, the dominance of headbutt at a low level, right? It is the first order optimal strategy that if you can't get through it, you're gonna have a bad time. All right, friends. All right, this has been good. This has been a good little chat about, Combo Breaker, about the direction of fighting games in 2025. I personally am very excited about the direction of fighting games in 2025. We got a lot of stuff. We've learned lessons from the past. We have learned lessons, like the recent past. And then we have some, an interesting look back at our history. And 2024 was an amazing year. And 2025, between Heatwave, possibly Scramble Heart City, right? We've got possibly Immortal, which is going to be exciting if you're more of a single-player platformer fan but love fighting games. Hey! And we have no signals. Okay, this is clearly the perfect time to hop into a little bit of a break. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna come back and we're gonna play Project FiGHtem, the alpha of a game that just got put out. By Titanium. I'll drop the link for y'all in chat. Titanium's hanging out in chat. I'm excited for this one. I love all fighting games, frankly. So, but this is one that, yeah, I think this is one of the things people are looking at is items, customization, deck elements. I like this. I like this being, bubbling up within our indie fighting games. So we're gonna take a look at what Titanium has put together so far in just a couple minutes. Stick with me, friends. Take a little stretch break. I'll see you in 3. Hey there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I hope everyone's doing well. We're chilling. It is Niche Fighter Monday, of course. Hope everyone is hydrated. And we got some new fighting games, man. Let's boot up Project FiGHtem. So Titanium has been hanging out in the digital basement. Whoop. And has been sharing their progress on their new fighting game, Project FiGHtem. Hang on a sec, let me get this. Up and running. Whoa. All right. Where did I put my arcade stick? Here it is. So yeah, Titanium has been at work at this game, and they were kind enough to share it with us. So right now, it seems to just be like PvP, one character. It is a 3-button game, but 2 of our buttons you assign as special attacks, and you get to pick a weapon. And they have, obviously, different abilities. They have... You haven't tested with a fight stick at all? Well, we are about to find out. Yeah, if anybody wants to check this game out, it's up on itch.io right now. And you can download it yourself. We fell asleep so hard. Yo, don't... You made it, Guardian. Don't worry. They gave us Pizza Cutter. Yeah, I, for one, am gonna go with the Beam Blade. Oh, whoops. Yeah, no worries. I was trying to assign it to the different button, but yeah, it's just you select it again. So, I guess we don't have, yes, no audio as of yet. Here, let me throw on some tunes in the background. Yeah, the being able to kind of craft your character is awesome, right? So all right, here we go. So we have a normal attack with a couple directionals. We have crouching attacks as well. A double jump. Yo, what did and what were we just talking about? The kind of analog movement of being able to short hop, right? So we have the Mario style jump of the longer you hold, the higher you jump, and you can move around in the air, right? Directional influence, guys. This is, I'm telling you, this is like, if I had to pick one kind of gameplay feature for fighting games in 2025, I swear to God, this is gonna be it. but it is three buttons. So like I said, we have a normal attack, which has an auto string, right? And then you can go into directional normals. It is like dive kick, like, it's so much, right? Oh, I guess I probably could have turned off the timer, but whatever. Yeah, nice fast dashing, fast movement speed, right? I like a lot of this right off the bat. Okay, yeah. And see, and the directional influence is important because you really got to like keep holding forward as the characters fly out of your way, right? So yes, and then our other two buttons are, of course, the... see? And we have different kinds. The special moves, which have cooldown and, like, point values, right? So I believe the way that it works is that, like, you have a bar, they cost different pips of energy, basically, and there's a cooldown, a significant cooldown, as you can see, when you end up using them all, right? Oh, wait, interesting. Oh, never mind. Okay, it's just, I was like, are they inactive when I'm over top of them? No, okay. It's just fading out. But yeah, so as you can see, we have different, yeah, made it fade out for visibility. Right, so we have a neutral, we have a forward special 2, which is jump cancelable. And then, like, swapping sides like that, oh god, this is just wild off the bat. Yeah, I'm always kind of conflicted on the cooldowns. Right? It seems... So if you use up the entirety of it, right, of the entirety of a bar... you don't have access to any of it. It's completely grayed out. So I no longer, right? Yeah. Love the run it back option, that's good. So yeah, now I don't have access to it at all while it recharges. But if you only use a couple hits, you will start regaining pips of energy, right? Yeah, the Grand Blue Versus one, I can understand why it might bother some people. But it's a way to handle things. I think for something like this, where when you want to balance pieces of a kit which can be mixed and matched, having this kind of cooldown limitation actually probably is a good lever for you as a developer to have. Oh! So we have, yeah, multiple versions of the blade special in the air. Which is cool. I like that. Sweet. Okay. And so you have your AAA, so it actually breaks down everything here. All your directional normals. Dodge, short, invincible dash goes through the opponent. Ah. Yeah, I will say the button layout on a fight stick is kind of weird, but I can get used to it. I was like, what is my D button? Okay, so you can hold the fighter's wraps. And then item, and forward item in air. Oh, you need bar for those. Okay. Yeah, can I return... Yeah, can't get defense meter without involvement for the other player. They gotta hit you. Wait, I'm sorry. Of course. Is this fucking Shine Spark? Okay, perfect, perfect. Wait a sec. I might just have to reboot. Yeah, I just couldn't get... Sorry, I've just got to resize this on my own. There we go. I was just looking for... the... I was looking for the infinite meter menu. I don't see where it's not popping up anymore. Oh, pause on item select. Health regen. Item durability, dodge meter. Ah, perfect. Thank you. We just gotta figure out our training mode options, that's all. Oh, okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. I like this. 4D's the roll. Cancel attack. Landing leg cannot be canceled if blocked. All right. But it can be canceled. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Ah, the full beam? Are you okay. I like that. It doesn't take long to charge up to level 2 either, eh? Oh, that's super dope. Can you seriously just... You can just cancel same special into same special? I just gotta change direction? Okay, that's a kind of a fun juggle, though. Yeah, so air dodge, ground dodge, roll through opponent. It's technically different moves. Once you add move items, some of those combos will probably go away. All right. That's funny. Ooh, that lasts a long time. Yeah, empty jump dodge, right? Yeah, must. And you can... I mean, using it as an air dash in as well is not terrible. Because, yeah, what do you do, right? Am I just going to empty and then punish? Do you have to block? I'm like, oh, is there any way? There has to be a way to combo into level 3 Fireball, right? No, probably not. That is ultimately the goal. I think that's the goal, guys. Skeleton can do it? Yo, Toast, so this is Project FiGHtem from Titanium here in chat. So we have... one normal attack, directional normals, and then both your specials are a selection of items. So let's try Skeleton Scroll, Flame Cyclone. And then what? We'll give him Shine Spark, Warp Ball? Like... Oh yeah, that's the one you do it with. Didn't quite catch him. Ooh. That is so dope. He's motivated. Oh, for real? Okay, hang on a sec. So, this is so good. Are you kidding me? Right, down, what is it? Down D for the uppercut. And then... Oh, right. My other special. Ooh. Ooh. That is tight. I think you... Yo, man. All right. Oh, also a down... Whoa. Whoa. And we get a ground bounce out of it? Excuse me? Oh, we've lost our tunes. Bum 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 ba-na. Yeah, I mean, invincible roll, air dodge. It's a good start. Oh, time. Should just I gotta do the 2D Fighter Maker training mode thing and just turn off the clock too. It's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. Oh ho 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 ho! So okay, he still goes flying straight. Oh, that one. Oh, okay. So you don't actually have to let it completely play out. You can let go as soon as the final turn happens. Okay. Oh, that is so sick. Okay. Yeah, I do really like the backgrounds on this. All right, shine. Let us shine spark and warp ball. Like, check this out, man. I love the audience in the background. All right. You make your own platforms? Let's go. That's just the Twitch chat. Nice. Oh, wait. Does he have... Guys, who was asking for Sean's basketball back? I'm sorry. Who was requesting that? Because we got fucking Sean with a warping basketball. That was... You cheeky little... Oh, that's so good. It like gives you the auto jump. Oh man. Oh, that's super clever. So you can actually, you can do back warp ball and it'll just throw it backwards but keep you right there. Okay, does the warp happen on block? It can't, right? It can't. Telestudio to the opponent on hit. You can hit the ball with other attacks to change the trajectory and make it stronger. If it connects close enough to the ground, then you can do grounded attacks in the air. Oh shit, it works on block too? Oh, that's fucking wild. Oh, that's so good, because yeah, you can launcher them and throw it into the ground. Oh my god. Ooh, wait a tick. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that do what I think it does? Oh shit, that's good, man. This is gonna make for some wild kit, like... And Shine Square has weird cancel rules. Alright. Because that's what I wanted to look at, where I was like, if... Do I get like a dash out of it? Forward Shine gives you a slide. And then I did see that. That is a big ass slide too, eh? It is full screen. It is my friend. Also, Wait a s... And you can just fucking dash cancel with it too? So, okay, because if you, right, hit him full screen, and then I can dodge cancel. Now my question is, if I dodge cancel, yeah, okay. So I don't maintain the invincibility. And it does cost me the dodge. I was just like, am I getting away with something here for a sec? That's interesting. So the shine dash cancels. Yeah, it's true. It's a one-hit combo. I'm really enjoying this. Okay. Yeah, so if you do just neutral shine spark, it like sends them to the ground. But you could do forward shine spark and repeat it and get this like here. This like multi-hit, right? The first hit is a spike, and then the and then the other ones send up. All right. Okay, so spine, so shine. I should just be able to do normal shine warp ball. Launcher, normal shine warp. But I gotta move forward because it puts me just far enough away that my normal doesn't reach. I think that's good. Now, I don't know how many... I don't know how much, like, actual meter that takes up is the only question, right? Oh, that's super cool, though. That's like a funky feeling combo. I like it. Basketball combos, exactly, right? Yo, we're bringing HNK back. So it just refills when it drops. Okay, so it is tracking it properly here then. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's not actually comboing off of... Of course, and you can air block in this game, as one would hope, honestly. Oh, ho, ho, man. I would say it would be, I mean, I guess there's no real need for it, because you don't have strings in the air, right? You don't have an auto combo string in the air, but you can string together your different directional aerial normals, right? I don't know, it might actually be nice to have it be, to have there be an auto combo there as well, but I mean, I get why you might not, so. The teleporting basketball is so good. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think like an auto air combo would definitely make it like, I mean, it would make a lot of sense to my brain the way that would flow, because you have a very clear like auto combo on the ground, directional normal, launcher, and then it's all command normal, directional normals in the air. So it would make sense to, even if it was just like, you know, 2-3 hits just to go boom, 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 and then, I mean, that's, but then like, you don't want to necessarily remove the moves you have from the directionals to give it an auto combo. So, I mean, there are some considerations there, but I don't know. I think I think it would make sense to my brain at least. Oh, did I? Yeah, it's on Phil. Oh, it's just punching him to get the meter back? Okay, okay. Yes, yes, Mohas, we are making MK1 the best game of 2024. You're correct. I'm sorry. I don't even... That's so cool, too. Getting the, like, normal, like the grounded normals in the air. I'm really hoping I can break the teleport at some point. Is just I'm just like, if I fuck with it enough.
Aren't you about ready to go home now?
Okay, that does combo. Okay. You messing with, yeah, totally. This is, oh, that's funny. Oh my god, you can kick it away because you can kick through them. Oh, this is super fun, man. Like, there's, like I said, if you like any kind of customization in your fighting games, being able to even just having 2 different items that you can kind of mix and match makes for a lot of like, oh shit, no, I'm just building my own fucking character here. Yeah, warp ball scaring you, right? That's it. I'm expecting to just clip into the whatever, the back rooms or something like that. I'm like, this is the kind of thing too, man, where you're gonna have someone who will literally just press buttons with the warp ball and confuse the shit out of you. Oh, big fireball, and then... Oh, I'm sorry. My projectiles hit it too? I thought it was just physical things. Anything so long as it's not a warp ball? Oh, shit. Yeah, you had to nerf it a bit earlier on. It used to linger even if the person who threw it got hit. Okay, good. Yeah. Because, like, especially right now, when you can like, put so many out here, you're just like, oh, this is dangerous. Okay, so can I continuously warp ball up so that he stays, right? Because if I use the fire wheel, it carries him up a bit, but then it disappears. So... Oh, forward ball loops into itself in the corner. Down does the same mid-screen. Okay. Oh, so I need to get a neutral. Because that's what I gotta do. Oh, wait, and then you have back kick, which sends them up, right? If you can get that fast enough and get them in, it's tough, right? Because the fire doesn't cancel super fast into the warp ball. Now, can I... Oh, and you can't roll cancel it? Nah, okay, okay. I'm not sensing any input delay. Like, it's all very responsive. I haven't gotten any, like, combo drops or anything. Right, just, like, in terms of... just, like, going through my auto combos. Oh, yeah. Because I can DP... Alright, I can Dragon Punch forward ball. Dragon Punch forward ball might do it. God. Right. Oh, if I could get that, right? If I can get the back kick, I think it pulls me back too much that I can't actually connect it, but it should like send you up a little bit. The possibilities are so endless. This is so good. Like, it just so many different like little areas to and like opportunities to explore. Yo, KO, take it easy, my friend. Thank you so much for swinging by, as always.
Yo, check this out.
Okay, not from the forward attack, but that's fine. Ah, this is so good, man. Yo, the momentum! I love how I bounce off of him and get all the way back to the corner. No friction. Yo, Mohas, yes I do. Let us push some buttons for 5 or 10, and then yeah, see what this game is like with two real humans. Yeah, you don't bounce off the corner though. I love that. You bounce off your opponent. Oh no. Aw, damn. I gotta figure out my password. Give me a second, friends.
One, two, three, break it down.
I always forget my my Parsec password without fail.
One, two, three, kick it.
All right, friends. If you are down, you'll take third place after Cool and Ty. Awesome, awesome. All right, yo, J Cool, let's get you in here, friends. If you want to join me in the Parsec, we'll get a few people here. Just add me as a friend there and try to connect, and I will let you on in, and we'll play a couple rounds. Oh, Titanium, how is this at handling controller hot swapping, I guess is the question right now. Let's see if... Yeah! Beyond that, you don't know. All right, well, we're finding out. It's gonna have to be, man. It's gonna have to be. Warp Ball. And let's go with the Beam Blade. Yeah. Oh, right. Change the actual match settings. Sorry. Health regen off. Right? On. 3 rounds. 99. I think that's good. All right, let's go. I love it. All right. See, and like, so the balls are like gated, right? But oh man, are they? Oh, damn, I ran out of meter. Whiff Dragon Punch. Oh, he can kick the fucking warp balls too? Oh, wait a second. I didn't realize you can hit your opponents. I mean, they're fireballs though. Like, I wasn't expecting to be able to punch their fireballs out of the air, basically. Nice. I gotta say, it's kind of dangerous to push buttons. Nice! Oh! I got hit by it. Oh! Okay, so there seems to be some stuff going on with dodge here. Okay, and those flashes are bits of like your defensive meter being granted to you. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, the block string potential though. Yeah, it doesn't do anything to get you out of the combos, but even when you're in combos, if you block it, then you get the defensive meter. Okay. Super HC, what is going on, friend? Ooh, nice rush in. Oh, I was trying to just get teleport into air special, but Yes! Even the whipped warp ball came to save my life. Yo, what's going on, Safety? Yeah, man, hope you did too. I had a good one. This is actually the last day of my Christmas vacation, so I'm officially going back to work tomorrow, and I'm not happy about it. Oh, you hit them both. Ah, yes. Well, happy Orthodox Christmas if you happen to celebrate, folks. Yeah, I think we both want some new items here. I am doing Shine Square Skeleton Scroll. Let's go. But yo, Safety Man, what were you up to over the Christmas break there? You doing anything special? Oh, and Titanium, is your idea going forward to have it be so that you can not select two of the same? Whoops. Right? Because I believe right now you can select two of the same items. No, okay, cool. Oh, you're keeping that, all right. I like that, let people double up, why not, right? This is so insanely fast. Oh my god. Nice. Oh, I was out of skeleton. I need more skellies. Whoo! Whoo! Okay, that's some bullshit. Oh, wrong side. Yeah, no, honestly, the look of it, I love it's like the kind of, I don't want to say sketchy, right? But it's the hand-drawn, that hand-drawn look to it. I really like it. It does look like it took for fucking ever, though. Oh, dang. Okay. There you go. Leading to burst. We finally saw it. Dudes, I'm liking this. All right, let's do a couple more here, J. Cool, and then we'll get Titanium in, and I want to get Mohast in for a couple games as well. Yeah, consequence of the defense system, multi-hits, really easy to get meter off of, right, for the burst, yeah. Nice. Oh, you gotta hit through. I do like how I set that platform and it took you just out of range to be able to hit me. Like, that was... I wasn't actually expecting that to work, but... Nice reversal. Oh, shit. Nice. Yo, that was really close. Yeah, it's an interesting balance factor, as you point out, though, yeah. Because, yeah, there is a lot of, like... Oh, ooh, nice. Oh. So you can get slide into, yeah. Slide into Airshine. And then you should be able to mash the Airshine to get a bunch more, and then maybe get back into Skeleton. No! Oh, pizza cutter, fucking 0. Airshine sounds like a bad moonshine. I mean, fair. Oh, no. Didn't have skeleton back. I totally mistimed my... No! All right. Yeah, skeleton very meter hungry. All right, we got uno mas here, Jay. Ooh, okay, it costs 12. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's a good move. Like, I'll take it. Oh. I keep getting to the back kick when I don't mean to, but that's fine. No! That's super fast, man. Oh, too low for the sweep, or too high for the sweep, rather. Yeah, unsafe on block. That's the only good thing, right? Get me the fuck out of here. Cause, oh no, that hit. But as a low, kind of evil. Yeah, it absolutely is. Oh, really? Sliding off a platform still makes it a low? Oh, that's super fun. Dude, I'm loving how, like, you're putting this shit together. Like, I don't know. Giving me a lot to think about. Oh, slid right into it, though. Killer. Oh, man. Fucking Killer Instinct music. Let's go. Oh, damn it. Yo, Jekyll, good games, man. Here, let me see. Yo, Titanium, if you are still down, I think I see you here in my friend requests. Nice. Hop on into the Parsec. I'm gonna kick JT here. Thanks for the games, JT. We're gonna get Titanium in for a handful of matches. Then we'll play against some Mohas Gridlock as well. Sweet. All right, in there. Let me, okay, and let's try out... a couple different... Let's go Flame Cyclone and Fighter's Wraps. Yo, no sweat. This is really cool though, guys. Yo, for real, go check it out. There's a playable alpha, whoops, available. Diddlin, diddlin. Over on itch.io. Project FiGHtem. Which, guy, fucking great name, first of all. Let's be real. Oh, there we go. Oh, right, also. So many colors. Let's go. Coming down with buttons, all right. Both trying that out. Might as well, right? Nice. Oh! Oh, I was not expecting that to teleport. Oh, shit. Oh, shoot. I was like, I don't want to get hit by it. Oh man, I can see Skeleton Fireball, yeah, being a fucking thing, eh? I swear that was comboing before. Is it off the sweep and not the back? Man. No! And I am not building up. There we go. Nice combo. And set up. Oh, that's good. Yeah. All right, I'll use all of my little spin dash thingy, whatever it is. Oh, was that a little dodge cancel there? Was that what I saw? Let's go. We take the round, that's fine. We get all of our resources back. Guy, is that knee in the string an overhead? Damn, we've no signaled already? Oh shit, yo, we're too into it, man. Jab 3 is an overhead. All right. Ooh, too far away. And I'm gonna keep getting fucking hit by it. Oh shit. Nice. Yo, do you see how like the variable mobility is coming into play now though, where it's like we are shimmying just with that, right? And same thing, this, I did not realize how cool that would actually be. This like, yeah, that is so dope, man. Are you kidding me? Like, you can, like, full screen dash in, and you can stop with, like, a neutral button, or you can go in with, like, the low, and then cancel into your string. Yo, fucking titanium showing off here, huh? Huh? On top of, like, specials movement options, it's wild, right? Yo, beam blades? All the way? Alright, alright. Yeah, Mishima movement on top of the fucking, yeah, smash wave dash, right? That's wild. Yeah, super high mobility, which I really appreciate. Like, it might be, like, I can't control smash, don't get me wrong, but, like, I appreciate it. Ooh, you can get a lot of those off Pizza Cutter as well. Okay. Oh, I got fucking baited. Oh, okay, okay. I'm starting to get a little bit, though, those air combos. Neutral, forward A, like neutral A, forward A, back A, and then you can double jump, and then you can repeat. I'm not... Obviously, this is just like hour one or whatever, so I'm not great at recognizing how much of my my like special resources I actually have left. So yeah, running out of the mid combo is definitely an issue you got to pay attention to. All right, Titanium, let's do this one more, and then I'll run a few matches with Mohost, but then I'm gonna have to call it for the day, because it is running on 5 o'clock. And I am running out of steam, my friends. Nice. No! Oh! Oh shit! Okay, never mind. That worked out for me. Yeah, okay, there's the burst. Beats the beats. We got beats! Oh, I'm sorry. Did it fucking change? Did it just cling to the camera and not the wall? Oh man, okay, so my pro tip so far is that when you're getting comboed, if you just like roll, just like hit like down back, down back, just keep repeating a reverse fireball motion, and you will start getting those defensive meters, right? So if you don't have to worry about like actually specifically timing it, then you can kind of just like roll your quarter circle back and get some of them at least. Yo, GG's Titanium, 100%. All right, I'm gonna kick Titanium out. Mohost, yo man, if you're still around and down for a couple matches, I'll do a little first to 3 with you. Before we call it for not only Niche Fighter Monday, but for my vacation. Man, it has been nice not being tied to the office, being able to work on projects that just like kind of matter to me. It is sad that I have to find my way back to work, you know, pay bills and shit like that, but here we are. That's the world we live in. Friends, if you want to help me make sure that I don't have to work at an office and can instead make more beautiful art and do more streams and hang out with y'all, consider tossing me a sub. Maybe use those Bezos bucks, friends. Not only does Twitch Prime have those, or Amazon Prime have those Twitch subs that you can get, And you can just give them away to one of your favorite streamers out there, whether that be me, whether it be Mohost, or, you know, Joe P. Real, whoever is out there making amazing shit on Twitch. Support them with those Bezos bucks. Make sure you do that when you can, because otherwise Amazon keeps that money, and that ain't right. But friends, we've also got the Patreon, which is probably the best way. If you really want to support me, if you got a few bucks down in the digital couch somewhere, some coins lying around, if you toss it to me over there, that's probably the best way. It gives you the biggest bang for your buck. It gives me the biggest bang for the support. And there's also a bunch of cool stuff up there that you get to check out, like exclusive articles, interviews with people. So consider going to check me out on Patreon as well, friends. But whatever happens, thank you. Just make sure you're coming by here for the weeks, the weeklies, the Mondays. I appreciate it. It's the biggest way to support me, honestly, is just by making this place somewhere worth being. All right, yeah, let's go Flame Cyclone. Oops. Yeah, start. Let's go. I just love that. I love just like sliding and just being like, nah, I'm out. I'm out, B. Come get me. Yo, Jerry Go Win. This is Project FiGHtem. It's from developer Titanium. It is a pretty wild, but like relatively easy to get into. Like one normal attack, 2 special attacks, but you get to, the cool thing is you get to choose your items, which are your special attacks. Oh no, are you, wait, really? Oh god. Yeah, I'm excited. This is kind of like the first indie fighter of the year that we're checking out. So I'm already super stoked about it. Sparky. Yeah, it's from Super Mario World, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like the alternate attacks on these moves, like the forward or the down. I love multiple utility amongst the same special, makes a lot of sense, and it gives it all some flavor, which I really appreciate. Oh shit. Oh, wrong one. I noticed that yeah, there's a little bit of a delay on when you can set up the backfire, right? Because yeah, otherwise you would just be able to like rinse and repeat, and it would be bad news bears for you. It does have a bit of the Moonatics look to it, doesn't it, Jerry? I didn't even really clock that at first, but you're right. Also a game that I want to see more of, 100%. Good burst. I really love how fucking slidey this game is, though. Like, especially once you get into how, like, you have all of this extra, all these extra options, like the invincible reversal, when you have the defensive meter and the invincible rolls and stuff. I love it. It's gonna provide for some really interesting interplay. Everyone has done Dipper Slide. Yeah, it's just like, it's like the physics. Titanium was saying there's like no friction on the crouch. Right, and there's no air dashing, so it actually encourages you to do that more. So you get this like slower, like back and forth, directional influence style jumps. In the air, and then you're on the ground and you're just like, oh crap, all right, we're right in it. Ah, missed it. Oh, right. You can jump cancel shine. I'm trying to special cancel it, but yeah, especially when I get them on the ground there. Right? And then yeah, you can forward dash cancel it as well. And the fact that I still have so many of them is kind of concerning. Because I only just now ran out of it, and I'm gonna fucking build it because I'm new round. I got all my meter back. Oh yeah. That, I'm waiting, because that's going to fuck up a lot of people, man. I do love that, man. You don't really have air techs, but you have, like, dodge escape. No, I think throwing in the platform and then, like, in order to, like, make someone's counter poke whiff, like, I don't know, it's probably a little bit situational, but I can see someone being able to build something around it, right? Especially in the corner. Nice, coming in with the jump medium kick. Nice, that was really good. Yo, you got some really good corner pressure, man. Yeah, crouch blocking while camping under a platform that's at head height kind of scares you. Hope it doesn't become a problem, right? I mean... Oh, of course. Yeah, but the opponent can use it against you, right? Because if you end up on there and you're crouch blocking, you're just gonna get fucking hit by everything, like... Wait, you can drop the platform and turn it into a projectile? How do you do that? Holy crap! Plat input while one is out. Okay. Yo, fucking get perfected? Damn, man. Oh, you drop it. Oh, that's super sick. All right. And yeah, tell me it's an overhead. Please tell me it's an overhead. Oh, man. Ooh. You can make it one if it isn't, though. It does sound real funny, right? Like, give me more of that. Come on, bruh. Come at me. Come at me. I'm just chilling under my platform. No. Oh, but I don't. I've run out of meter. Yeah, you also can't drop it if you run out. That's so good. Oh! Oh! I like how you can basically get a free burst off of like a side skeleton, right? Get me away! Oh no! Yeah, fucking get it. Shine spark. Oh, I tried to get away. Oh no, I ran out of super or special. No. Let me dodge out of here. Oh. Oh, you can angle it downwards? Oh, nice. No, I didn't realize. I saw that you can angle them up in the, while on the ground. Oh, this is a blast, man. Oh, burst bait, nice. Oh, I went right underneath you. So sad. So sad. Ah, curses. Nice. Hoo boy. Getting like serious mode. Oh, once again, the super low on the forward shine spark meant that I just fucking whiffed it. Oh, damn. All right, man. Yo, Mohas, good games. I believe I am at my limit here. Or we want to, let's do Uno Mas. Let's do Uno Mas. We're in it. I'll call it after this one. Fucking build up some burst. Oh my god. What's fun is that this game becomes now one of the big important things because of the way the resource management works is that you're going to be routing for like high and low resource combos, which I find particularly interesting because, right, like, sure, you have a ton of resources at the beginning of the round, but you might need to use them to get in neutral, and then once you're in, you've used a bunch of your resources, so you can't do your optimal shit. So what is optimal with, 2 instances of Flame Wheel and 1 instance of Shine Spark, right? And then knowing when to expend it all at the end of a match if you get the win, because then you get all your resources back, right? I don't know. I really like that as an aspect of that system, right? And then absolutely, same thing with dodge on top of that. Do you want to use it for your invincible reversal? Do you want to mash on dodge here? Because if they drop a combo, you get to roll away for free, basically, right? Nice. Right, and so does my burst disappear? No. So the defensive meter stays between rounds, right? So I was able to build a bunch of it at the very end there. So now I have some opportunities to like dodge roll in if I want to. Yeah, and you can use directional air dodge for combo extensions. I saw you using it in a couple when you were playing against me there in a couple of instances, and I was like, oh, fuck, all right, yeah, because it just does work as a dash cancel, right? Oh, good stuff, Mohas. yeah, wasn't able, right? So I was almost able there. If I had been paying more attention, I might have been able to build up enough defensive bar to burst before the kill, right? Oh, I love it. This is really cool. Like, Project FiGHtem has a lot of stuff that is, it ties together in an interesting way. I like that interconnectedness of systems. Always been a fan of it. Yo, Titanium, thank you for making this. Honestly, this is super stoked. I'm very excited to see what else comes from this project. Different, I don't know, different base characters, different item sets. You know, like you said, more variations on all the items. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Folks, it's in chat there. Go check it out. Titanium.io. It's called Project FiGHtem, as in item, a fight with an item. Come on, so good. I know I said I was going to get to Counter Curse Caster Cecilia, which is a game jam game that was made by Monochromatic Hermit, the developer of Heatwave. So, yo, I'm sorry, we just had way too good of a time chatting it up and playing Project FiGHtem. I will get to Counter Curse Caster Cecilia in due time. Perhaps it's like an infinite runner kind of game, so maybe I'll mash it up with some other shoot 'em ups that I've been playing. We'll do Dodonpachi and CCCC. Maybe that's what we'll have to do. So apologies to Mono for if you swung by and were like, yo, where's my game at? I promise you I will be getting to that soon. But that's gonna have to wait for another day, my friends, because I am exhausted. It is the end of my vacation. I'm gonna go relax with Mrs. MKL for the evening. Friends, thank you for joining me here in the digital basement, as you always do. Thanks for being here for Niche Fighter Monday. We're here every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, talking niche fighting games, playing indie games. Hope you can come through and show me what your favorite ones are, and I'll, you know, break down some of the ones that we play here. But I'm around doing, like I said, shoot 'em up, retro game stuff, usually here on Thursday and Friday evening. So make sure to give me a follow here on Twitch, give me a follow on, you know, YouTube and all that good stuff. If you got it in you, support me on Patreon, and I will see you next time here in the basement. Until then, everyone, take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, be nice to yourself, and I will see you later. Adios.